I know that this was supposed to be insulting, but I love it. What's up, everyone? I hope you're doing well. Today, I am celebrating. I just reached 300 subscribers. I know that's not a big deal to most people, but it's a really big deal to me because that means 300 of you have decided that I'm really interesting. So thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. Welcome back if you are a subscriber or if you've seen other videos. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. I'm a speech language pathologist, which is also known as an SLP. I make reaction videos, I make educational videos, and every once in a while, I just do a fun video. I started this channel as a way to be both educational and entertaining, and I wanted to bring awareness to the field of communication disorders, to hearing disorders, and everything that I do as a speech language pathologist. And something that I'm learning is that I'm really enjoying this sense of community that takes place when people actually interact with my videos. Today I'm going to celebrate this milestone by reacting to some of the comments under one of the most popular videos on my channel. This one happens to be an RFK video, so some of the comments that you're going to see are going to be related to him. These comments have been pretty entertaining, so I'm going to go through some of the most entertaining ones, some of the ones that were just really friendly, some of them that were kind of mean that I personally still laughed at. After I go through some of the comments, I'm actually going to pick out a few questions that some of you guys asked because I felt like they were interesting enough for me to actually highlight in a video format. So stick around to the end if you want to see some of your questions be answered. I wasn't sure how to go about this because I know some people are private and don't necessarily want their names to be like in a public video. I'm gonna leave the names out for now. If you want your name to be stated in my videos, then let me know in the comments. But for now, let's keep it sort of anonymous. Bear with me with the glare. I need my glasses to read what's on the screen. The first set of comments that I'm going to address are actually the ones that happened very frequently. I felt like I was reading it like every other thing, and I feel like it's important for me to address this. Here's an example of that type of comment. Who cares what he sounds like? He will be a great president. Okay, I care what he sounds like because I'm a speech language pathologist. You're on a speech page. I recognize that I made a video about RFK, but there are literally 20 or so other videos that have nothing to do with RFK. I am not a political channel or a social commentary channel. I'm literally using popular references in order to teach people about various communication disorders. So I care what he sounds like because you're on a speech page. Okay, here's another one. I've been diagnosed with dysphonia. It sucks. My condition is not as bad as RFK, but it creates similar symptoms whenever I feel a little anxiety or get upset. I used to work through the emotions by firming up my voice. Not anymore. My voice quickly falls apart if I try firming it up. Well, first, I'm sorry to hear that you have that diagnosis. I know that can be so frustrating because we communicate every single day, all day long. It's a part of our life to speak. So the fact that you're having to deal with something that impedes that speech, I'm sure is very frustrating. And I appreciate you sharing your experience because it really makes what I'm talking about more real and more relatable. And I'm not quite sure what you mean by firming it up. Do you mean trying to speak louder or with more articulation? I'm not sure exactly what that means, but if you're reading this, then thanks for sharing your personal testimony. Okay, here's another one. This is my first time watching your podcast. I found your video very interesting and your demeanor is very pleasant. I look forward to watching more of your videos in the future. Oh, thank you. This is not a podcast, but maybe I should make a podcast. Would you guys be interested in that? I'm not sure everything that I would talk about, but yes, thank you for saying nice things. I hope that you subscribed, and everyone out there, take note and subscribe to the channel because I have a very pleasant demeanor. Okay, here's another one. Destiny, thank you for posting this. I'm presently working in the field of energy and intuition, but I was an NDT pediatric SLP. I have heard RFK Jr.'s voice pre-diagnosis, but putting all 3 samples side by side was awesome. I have been quite pleased to see that most people do not judge his voice and many actually love to listen to him. Proving that truth, and speaking from the heart is recognized by listeners. I believe in his intelligence, honesty, integrity, accountability, and compassion to serve American people. First of all, I can tell that you have an SLP background because your writing is beautiful and clear and concise. So thank you for the compliment. I thought when making that video that it was important to show people kind of a side by side. If you are living in 2023, then you know how he sounds now. And it was important for me to kind of like show the process because he did make that video saying that his voice sounds so much better, but it does sound still a little difficult to listen to even now. So thank you. I'm glad that it was helpful for you. All right, so this is probably my favorite comment. Let's go. If you're a speech language expert, why do you start most sentences with so? How about hi, I'm, or good morning, whatever? Why start a sentence with a word that is better used to join two thoughts or parts of an explanation? Hi, I am such and such. I would like to correct one of your improper speaking habits, so let's begin. Starting a new thought with so is just a bad fad, and it proves you're a joiner, not a leader. I know that this was supposed to be insulting, but I love it. This is one of my favorite things as an SLP, to encounter people who just can't take that I am a SLP or like a language expert and have to like prove that they're still smarter than me because they talk better than me in some way. Or it's not just me, like people who have to correct grammar. I love those people. I feel like we need more people in our society that pay this close attention to grammar and details, right? Where will we be without those people that pay close attention to the details? So thank you for this comment. Here's another one. Why are you wearing headphones? Thumbs down. Well, I wear headphones because I'm listening to videos and then reacting to them. And so in order to not have the video playing in my video, I need to have headphones on. I'm sorry that this was so disappointing to you. Okay, now we're gonna get into some of your questions. For these, I am gonna say the names just in case you are watching and looking to see if I answer your question. So the first question is from Jim Hurst 6168, and he asked, is this a vax injury? And I actually made a video that I will link here where I talk about the potential for this to be a vaccine injury. So check out that video for a more detailed explanation, but we can't say for certain whether or not it was or it wasn't. Okay, Pat Baker 5359 asks, does this procedure work for essential tremor voice? Essential tremor is a problem that affects, I think, the whole body. I'm not a doctor, but I believe that it can affect different parts of the body, different muscles in the body, but it can also affect your voice. Someone else can correct me here, but with spasmodic dysphonia and the type that RFK has, it has to do with the vocal cords slamming shut. And when they did the thyroplasty, it placed a bar in between the vocal cords, which allowed them to remain open. Now, with a tremor, I guess the same can happen, in which case maybe that would be an appropriate procedure. But if you do have this disorder, I would recommend talking to your doctor about it because I'm really not 100% sure. I know that there are other treatments like deep brain stimulation and different medications that they recommend. But again, I'm not a doctor. Definitely check with your doctor about that. Okay, here's more of a comment than a question, but I thought it was an interesting one. Sustainable Life First wrote, seems like AI could help. There has to be a device to smooth out his voice, like auto-tune. This one was really interesting to me. I bet you're correct. I don't know if we're at the point where like it can be implanted in his body, but I do feel like if he just had like the T-Pain microphone and he spoke into it, it would smooth out his voice. So this was a really interesting comment. This is probably where treatment and technology are going to go next, where we're just going to probably replace biological things with technical things. Very interesting comment. And lastly, just because it was plain and simple, Sam Garcia 3807 writes, thank you for this video. I want to thank you all for watching my channel, for subscribing, for liking, for commenting. Thank you all for listening to what I have to say and actually showing that you benefit in some way. I really appreciate when you guys do comment because it lets me know kind of what everyone is thinking, and it really guides my process for future resources that I want to provide to you guys. So thank you all. I'm celebrating this small win. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video.